I fucking love horses! So if it wasn't obvious to everyone on the internet lately, this is Uma Musume Pretty Derby. It's kind of taken over everybody. Fucking Northern Lion is still playing this game, if that tells you anything about its staying power. It has been a long time since I have played a gacha. It's like, the last one that I seriously was into was Fire Emblem Heroes, and I was miserable. I think I tried to wail on that game as a dumb kid who didn't understand what that was, and I got really sad because I didn't get the girls that I wanted, and I ended up falling completely off of it. And as somebody who is relapsed from gacha and is coming back to this game and actually enjoying the gameplay of it and the experience of talking with the girls and learning more about them and hearing the history about all the real life horses that all these girls are based off of, I've actually gotten super invested in this to the point that I'm already done with season 1 of the anime, which slaps, by the way. If you are into the two genres of anime of sports and girls doing thing, oh boy howdy, you're in for a treat. But I wanted to give some advice, I guess, a little bit, as somebody who is struggled with gacha and just like the whole thing around it. Two important things about gacha. One, if you are not a whale, then pulling optimally does not matter. If you are not a whale, pulling optimally does not matter to you. What matters to you is pulling the girl that you want. You have to pull for your waifu. It's important. I hate using that word. It makes me feel icky on the inside. But it is true. You have to pull for the horse girl that means the most to you. You can't just pull for meta shit. You are going to have a bad time. Second, if you have impulsive tendencies, I am sorry, you really, really should not be playing this game. It does not hide anything from you. You will have opportunities to spend ludicrous amounts of money to get horses. Which, don't get me wrong, I have spent money on this game, but I know what my level of self-control is. I know where my limits are. I'm not as impulsive as some of my friends. And some of them cannot play gacha because of those impulses. And that's fine. I'm sorry. It's probably the truth. You might want to stay away. Other than that, let's get into why I like Uma Musume. So as you can see, this is my wife, Taiki Shuttle. Taiki, please say hi to the folks at home. Yeah, I agree. It's only like, it's not even 6 o'clock here at time of recording. I like seeing, like, all of the stuff in the background. Like, you can customize the girls that you have set up at each location. I think that's fun. There's Haru doing her little strut. But there's so many... There's so many girls in this game that have compelled me to play the game more and hear about their story, and it is not ones that I thought would happen. Like Mejiro McQueen. I didn't think that one would happen. But I got her randomly, and let me tell you, her story is very fun, and her runs are also very fun. I'll talk about the actual gameplay a little bit. It's pretty easy. Like, it is effectively a roguelike where you just buff the stats on your horse by doing little events. Like, you train her in power, you train her in speed, you train her in wit. That way, she can get new abilities from all of her other horse friends and the horse cards that you have in your, like, card deck support thing. And you just try to get her to the end of the Ura finale here. That's the whole game. And it's just, sometimes random things will happen. You'll get a new skill from a horse that you didn't have in your card deck. Sometimes you'll get a super rare skill, and then you can use that horse to make better horses further into the future. It's kind of like an endless feedback loop of getting these horses across the finish line and then making those horses make better horses to get across the finish line. It's a weird, I don't know if I can say eugenics on YouTube, but it's kind of like that. It's very bizarre if you think too hard about it. There is also a PvP aspect to this game. This is like what you would be doing. Like, you're like really invested in this shit if you're a whale. I'm not. So like, I think I was ranked, like I did one thing earlier today. Yeah, I'm in my promotion range. In my bracket, I am currently ranked 56,461st. I am very much not going to do super well in the PvP mode of this game. But I'm gonna try, because you do get rewards. And like, really, that's kind of like the fun of it, is you just make your horses, you make better horses, you cheer your horses on as they race, and then you hope that they come in first place. That's kind of where I'm at with the game, and I'm having a great time with it. All the little story details that you have in your dedicated story tab down here, I have watched all of them. Like, every single one of them. I have watched every single one of these things. Thank you, Tazuna. I have watched every single one of these things, and the only one that I haven't watched are the ones that I haven't unlocked yet. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to them. Biwa, by the time that you guys will see this, is already over. But these two, for Teo and McQueen, I might be able to finish them. I have no idea. I don't know how you actually unlock them. Oh, I need to get bond level 6. Okay. So, like, I just need to, like, race with more horses. Like, and I think that is something that is pretty easy to do. You can do about 3 career... If you do dailies, you can do about 3 career runs a day, and then you can, like, get more stuff and do... It's, you know, the gacha feedback loop. You know how it is. Some of you don't, but, like, this is how it works. And I will say, the story beats are what has kept me coming back. Like, getting the little story snippets and the little character snippets in the career mode is kind of what has kept me coming back to see them over and over and over again, and then cheer on these horses that I love so goddamn much. And on that note, like I said, I spent about 40 bucks on this to get, like, the new player bundles. And I still have 1 3-star ticket. This is random, unfortunately, and there is exactly a single horse that I do not have that I want here. And if I do not get my very special little horse, I might cry. But we're gonna do it anyway. Everybody pray for me. Tazuna, show me the goods. You know exactly what I want, Tazuna. Come on. It's the wrong member of Team Speaka! Damn it! I already have... For those of you who don't know, last week on stream, when the Teo McQueen event launched, I pulled exactly once and got Teo on my first try. So now I have both versions of Teo. I wanted Special Week. But that's fine. I will take Tokai Teo. Importantly, we already have a roadmap for the game. And while, like, a Special Week is in, like, the base pool, it's the same thing with, like, Oguri Cap and Maruzensky and Taiki Shuttle and Tokai Teo here. We have a roadmap for the horses and the other supports coming along the line. And you can go and look that stuff up. I'll even link one of the videos that I watched in the description to get you guys started on that if you want to watch and, like, learn about what's happening. There's a few in there that I'm looking forward to, specifically the swimsuit editions, Special Week and Maruzensky. But other than that, like, I'm kind of just chilling. I'm having a good time playing the game. It's just been a lot of fun. I think we take a horse that I have not run through any events yet, and let's give Miss Drift Queen. Let's give Miss Drift Queen a good showing, shall we? Alright, I will show you guys how this works. So I'm going to pick Maruzensky, who I have not run through a career yet. And then you get to select the legacy. So there's an infinity up here that you want to follow. Well, follow. You want to try to match this up. So, like, the triangle is not very good. Let's see, do I have a circle anywhere? This Daiwa. But not this Daiwa? That's weird. Okay, well, I'm gonna pick Teo. I think Teo is my currently strongest horse. And Maruzensky is a front runner. Actually, Daiwa might be better because they both want front running skills. And they're both short distance runners. So I'm going to pick this Daiwa here. And then as my other legacy, let's see here. What about Unyielding Spirit, Corner Adept? Yeah, I think honestly, I probably just go with my Pasa here. I'm not going to do, like, the meta strategy to get Maruzensky ready for that yet. Just, I'm going to go through with, like, the simple stuff. I'm not even going to use a guest. And I think this looks good. I'll need to train her more in speed, and probably wit and stamina. But other than that, I think we're ready to go. This is the next part. You got to select your deck of cards. I am going to just borrow somebody's Kida-san, I think. I think Leon had a... Yeah, Leon had a... No, who do I want to borrow? I'll borrow Ashley Super Creek. And then we'll go with, let's get another speed in here. Yeah, let's go Sweep Tosho. This is probably fine. Like, it's not the best that you could do. I'll run a Pasa instead of Amazon. And then I think this looks good. So you're ready to start your career. Now, at the beginning of each career, you're going to get, like, your story beat. But I'm not going to rob you of that. So we're going to skip all the way through that. I am not going to rob you of your first, like, playthrough of Uma Musume, because I think that's kind of, like, again, you want to be enjoying this game. You don't want to be, like, hyper-optimizing it, right? That's for the whales. You leave that to the people who have, like, $1,000 a year to spend on gambling. This is the inspiration, so as you get further along into the game, you will get horses that you can effectively feed to your new horses to improve their stats, their stat growth, and then hopefully give them, like, access to abilities that they wouldn't have otherwise. Okay, here is the main menu for your career mode. You have it's a lot to take in at first, but trust me, it's a lot more simple once you actually learn how it works. So, we'll start here. So you have all your stats right down here, above all of the option buttons down here. When you start, you're going to get 120 skill points, and your stats are going to be pretty low. That's normal. Like, unless you are getting, like, the highest value, like, inspiration horses, like, having these kind of start pretty low. Like, yours will often start lower than mine. And that's fine. What you want to keep an eye on is your energy bar up here and your mood. Your energy bar is how much it takes to do a training. So, like, if I go here and I train in speed, it's going to take that much energy from the bar. But if I go to guts, it's going to take a little more. Power, it's going to take a little less. It all just depends. You know, it depends on, like, the horses that you have to accompany you on your training, and what your horse is, like, kind of designed to do. Wit is its own beast. Wit actually lets you regain a little bit of energy when you do it. It's important to have wit, because the higher your wit is, the more likely you are to activate certain skills. And it also earns you a couple skill points whenever you do it. I like to like when I do stuff, I like to prioritize speed first, and then wit, and then stamina, power, and then guts. Guts is kind of a I would not say it is a useless stat, but if you are training if you are optimizing your horse, guts is the last stat that you're gonna need. With that out of the way, you have other options. Skills are where you, like, teach your horse how to do certain things. So, like, these are all the skills that I could learn right now. I don't have enough skill points for anything except for early lead. So I will be coming back to that menu later. Rest, you click when your horse is low on energy. If you saw here, there is a failure rate. Right now, my failure rate is 0. But that failure rate will slowly go up the lower your horse's energy is. Like, at certain points, it is like a coin flip whether or not your horse fails. So I highly recommend keeping energy up on your horse. Now, I mentioned the mood. So right now, Maruzensky's mood is normal. If you want to increase that mood, you click on Recreation. This can do a variety of different things. Sometimes it can restore energy. Sometimes it makes your mood much higher. Sometimes you can earn stats, and sometimes you can earn skill points. Like, it's kind of random what you get out of it, and, like, when you do it. But really, you use it just in case your horse's mood is bad, because if their mood is bad, they're going to run poorly. The other two are currently locked. Infirmary you go to if you injure yourself during training. So, like, that fail case, while you are training, if you fail your training, you are going to get injured, and you are going to need to go to the infirmary. Sometimes during in-between sections, you can get injured, like, while you're, like, doing story stuff. Like, and that is totally random when it happens. It happens a lot with Goldship, and which is, like, one of the starter horses, so, like, be aware of that if you're trying to raise Goldship, that you will need to, like, Goldship is, like a total crapshoot. Her story is very fun, but it is completely random when she decides to do something stupid and hurt herself. So you'll be going to the infirmary a lot as Goldship. And then races, you can't do until after your debut race. This you use to earn fans if you need to meet a certain criteria, but importantly, you use this to farm skill points. You earn skill points, like a huge chunk of skill points, after races if you do very well in them. So, like, if you place first in a race, you get a shit ton of skill points. So, it's important to, like, aim for races that your horse is more likely to win, or to aim for races that you don't have a trophy for. Trophies earn you carrots, so it's not super important to training your horse, but it's good for overall, like, account completion, and then also getting more carrots to, like, pull for more cards and horses. That's kind of the gist of it. So now we'll just like, I'm gonna train with Agnes here. We're gonna train some speed. Do your speed training. Energy went down by 21. Friendship went up with Agnes by 7. If you train with a horse that's, like, over here when you click the training button, your friendship with them will go up, and sometimes you'll get an event. Now, here's something to keep an eye out for. I have a wit training session here that I could do, and it has a little exclamation point. That means that whatever horse has the exclamation point is likely to have an event, and that is likely to get you one of their skills. I recommend taking these as much as you possibly can for horses that have, like, high value skills. You won't know that right out the gate, but I do just recommend hitting these, like when you're, like, more familiar with the game, you'll know when to do them and when not to. But just right out the gate, I recommend aiming for the exclamation points just to make sure that you are, like, unlocking more skills for your horse, because the more that you have, the better off that they're gonna perform, generally speaking. Go to your study session with El Condor Pasa. It's good for you, it's enriching for girls, and especially for horse girls. And because I did that, I now have a support event. Maruzensky learned up-tempo from El Condor Pasa. I don't know if this is necessarily a good skill for Marozensky, but it could be for, like, another horse later on. And here we have another one. So I'm just going to hit the speed button here. We're going to train with Super Freak. And hopefully we get something here. The game's a little slow sometimes. It takes a moment to load occasionally. Sometimes you don't get a skill. Sometimes you just get bonus stats. Which, honestly, I never complain about. As you proceed further and further, you'll notice that there's a timer up here. You do have a certain amount of turns to get to your goal here. And my current goal, because we just started, is to run your junior make debut. So this is your debut race. Every horse has a debut race that you have to race it. It's really easy to win the make debut race, but starting out, it's actually pretty likely that you will, like, come in, like, a lower position, like 5th or something like that. I wouldn't get too beat up about it. A lot of people say it's, like, super hard to fail that. I think it's the opposite. I think if you don't know what you're doing, it's really easy to fuck up and then just fail the early race. Like, you can't fail it, but it is easy to, like, come in a low position and then just, like, get off to a bad start. Don't sweat that. It's gonna happen. What's important is to manage your... basically everything that's going on here. You need to keep an eye on your energy and your mood and where you're at with your stats, because you have a time limit for each thing. And the time limits can sometimes be pretty long, and sometimes the time limits can be incredibly short. Like, you could jump from race to race immediately sometimes, and you got to keep an eye on that. As you can see, my energy is getting kind of low. So if I were to click on here, I have a 15% chance to fail the speed training, and the 17% chance to fail the guts training, which has the friendship, like, event, right? So what I'm gonna do here is not do that. We're gonna take a rest. Marozensky, you're gonna take a nap. And you get your own special events for each individual trainer. For, I guess, horse, I should say. Sometimes you get super events, kind of like this one. I would say the average is to restore 50 energy. This one restored it back to full, which I think is really good. Especially for, like, you know, a training more efficiently. Sometimes you get kind of low, like, energy restoration. And sometimes you get low energy restoration. And you get a debuff. Like, it's totally random, and it depends on the horse you're using. It's just something to keep in mind. Now that I'm all rested up, Marozensky's ready to get back to training. I say I think we're still kind of low on speed. I want to get speed up to at least 150 for the first race. So we're going to hit this at least a couple more times. This isn't, like, anything, like, again, I'm not following a guide for this Maru run. I'm literally just doing what I think works well. And, first of all, here's the director. She's somebody that you meet in the story. But once you've done enough training, you improve the facilities for that training, and then you will get better training points in the future. So speed is level 2. When I do speed training again, I'll be getting better speed gains in the future. This here is something big. The more horses that you have in a training session, the better. Usually your gains are gonna be better. So, like, my wit gains here are much higher than normal. And then also you have better chances to actually interact with all of them afterward. So you have, like, a higher chance of getting all their skills. Highly recommend taking like, especially if you need it for whatever reason, taking a training with a bunch of horses. Plus, I think if you train, I think it's 5. If you train with 5 or more of the horses in your, like, selection of cards, you get an achievement for it, which gets you a bunch of carrots. Highly recommend. Go to school and study with your friends. It's good for you. It's enriching. All right, here we are on race day. Once you have race day, once you're at race day, you'll see a couple different menus. So here you can check your full stats. So it looks like Marozensky is best ran as on the turf, as either a mile or a medium length, and as a front runner. The 4 different racing styles are very important to keep an eye on because there will be different skills labeled for all of those. Same thing with the distances, but that's less important than the style of runner. So we're going to run Maruzensky as a front runner. Once we go to skills here, your like ace skill, your ult as they call it, is already unlocked from the get. You can upgrade this by doing certain event like story events later on. I wouldn't worry about that as much. Really what you want to keep an eye on is these abilities here. So, I think right out the gate, I want to probably pick early lead. Just because it's like the easiest one to take right out the gate. So I'll take early lead. And then I can't pick up anything else, so I'm just going to save the rest of my skill points. We're going to confirm this. Cool, and now I have early lead as a skill. And we're just going to hop right into the race. Now, you can look at predictions to see how well your horse is going to do. I'm not going to do that because, frankly, on like a fresh run, I don't really care. So we're just going to hop in. This is the race menu. It'll show you all of your stats right away, what skills you have. It shows you kind of your aptitude for the race. You can also click view results to just skip a race if you've already done it. I'm not going to do that for this. We're going to watch the whole thing right now. I'm of the opinion that you kind of want to see how well your horse does right out the gate. Just watch them perform in their debut. It's a little more fun that way. The commentary is fun just because they add a layer of hype and like excitement to the race. So Maruzensky is a front runner. She's gonna try to take the lead and stick to it for the rest of the game, or the rest of the race. Up here you can see the like, this is effectively like a short version of the whole racetrack. You can see where everybody's at, and this is where everybody's positioned. So this is where you're at in the race. This is where everybody is positioned in the race. As you can see, Maruzensky, and here we go, baby! We're gonna shift gears, and we're gonna take off. Maruzensky wants to keep that position in the front. There she goes. That's my horse. That is my horse. That's my horse. Just an absolutely dominating performance. And each horse has like their own unique victory animations for G1 specific races and then everything else. It's very fun. That's Uma Musume Pretty Derby. If you think this is going to be something that intrigues you, I highly recommend taking a look. Obviously, it's not going to be for everybody, but I have fallen in love with this game and all of the horses in the game. It's a super, like, compelling game to me, and I think I'm going to be sticking with it for a while. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Please like and subscribe for more horses. If you want to support me in any way, please, the Patreon link is in the description below. You can follow me on all social media where I'll be vehemently talking about which horses are my favorite and where I'm at in the anime and how much I'm crying over different things that happen. I will see you guys next time. Have a great night, everybody.